This is part of the policy confusion that we face. Many banks, any item on that list, if you take your FOREX today, they will say they won't touch it. They will tell you they can't touch it. They don't want any problem with the Central Bank of Nigeria. That is the reality. So we now have a situation where trade policy matters have now moved almost entirely to the Central Bank of Nigeria. If you talk to the customs, they will tell you it's not under import prohibition. But how do you process your documents? If within the banking system you cannot process your documentation for FX. And God help you, even if you manage to go through the banks, there's a query waiting for you to come and explain where you got the FX from. It's a major problem. And it's causing a whole lot of disruption in the economy. Nobody wants to be visited every now and then by the EFCC. There's been a lot of intimidation even by the CBN. And they're going to send the EFCC after you have to explain where you got your FOREX, you have to, all sorts of issues. So the thing to do is for the CBN to get out of the way and face its core function. Monetary stability. And all of that. And allow this foreign exchange to also allow the market to drive the process. If you have a situation where the foreign exchange market is allowed to function in accordance with strict market principles, even the need for this intervention will be minimal. Because the market will run on its own. And we have an economy that will be self-adjusting. Not this that you have so many different kinds of exchange rates. There's so much money coming to the CBN on account of that. A lot of people are now queuing before the CBN to get allocation, even governors. Just because there is so much in the kitty. We can't run an economy that way.
So the game is a game of FX.
It's a game of FX, and we should let it go. Let the market function.
Excellent.
That is the way to go.
From the Manufacturing Association of Nigeria perspective, the policy, the intention may seem good. All the things, justifications they are putting forward, they look sweet. They may, well, let me not sound like a Thomas. They will be they are achievable possibly, maybe in the long run. I'm rounding up now. In the long run, but in the short run, we can't achieve that. And our position is that government should immediately put in place a structured platform for engagement with stakeholders, not inviting individual company one-on-one, but a structured platform where stakeholders will sit down and analyze, explain the whole process, and they agree. Finally, before I drop the mic, we have done it before in this nation. What made Nigeria a net exporter of cement today and a major manufacturer of different variants of fruit juice? The policy of this nature. Government just came and said the next 5 years, you can bring bulk, cement in bulk, but you must endeavor to set up your own plant, stop baggaging, because we will not allow you to import again. And look at where we are today.
Fundamental concept of international trade is comparative advantage. Nobody can produce everything as well. So you take what you know how to do, produce it so well, exchange with somebody who can do something else better. You will prosper, he will prosper. That is the very basic concept of trade. We just somehow seem to neglect that fundamental of trade. Now, in defense of Godwin Emefiele, I think part of the problem is that at the point in time, the fiscal side abdicated completely. So, CBN had to begin to struggle to do fiscal policy. And they then got confused and got lost. they need to retreat and say to themselves, government, I beg, do fiscal policy. Because right now, there isn't a fiscal policy side, which is creating a problem with people who should be focusing on monetary policy. Now, if this is put in context, again, of a basic strategy, I look at the debate going on want to raise taxes. A minister fellow was discussing last Sunday or so with bishops. I was present, and he was saying the problem is there is we're not. Jonathan spent all the money. There's no money, so we have to raise taxes and raise. And I thought to myself, oh boy, what drives prosperity is production, not revenues. Okay, Nigeria is not producing.
There are things we are also going to look at, and we are going to also look at how this policy is going to affect people that we are protecting and make our suggestions. I think the government wants to listen, because for them to put that in the act, meaning they want to have information. So I would just want to assure you that we will also put in a voice, and we also encourage the sector to engage with their own sector regulators, because the commission does not promulgate any laws. We follow the the laws of the different sectors. So those people, those companies in this sector should engage more. Like she has said, yes, you have a sector regulator. There are things that have come out. I don't think it's foreclosed. They can sit down and engage with their sector regulator, and this can be put forward to government, and maybe the policy can be reviewed.